Hi, and welcome to Northside Speaks. I'm Lori Salazar. Today we're talking about how amazing our high schools are here at Northside. In fact, 8 of our high schools recently ranked among the nation's top high schools. So here to tell us more about that is Anthony Jarrett. He's the Executive Director of High School Instruction here at Northside. Hi and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is pretty amazing. Those school rankings are from the Washington Post and the U.S. News and World Report.
Right.
Very reputable sources or resources, I should say. Can you explain these rankings more in detail?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to congratulate those high schools for their accomplishment. Northside High Schools were included in the Washington Post as a list of America's most challenging schools in the nation. In fact, about 2,300 schools were ranked nationwide, and we had 6 of those with ComArts, Health Careers, Business Careers, Clark, Warren, and John Jay, and all of those schools were recognized by the Washington Post. The ranking is basically, I guess, scaled by the fact of how many advanced placement course or tests that kids are taking at those schools compared to their senior class. And those schools had a lot of kids taking AP exams, which is great because it gives more kids the opportunity to take on some challenging work.
And so they were ranked out of, how many schools again?
2,300 across the nation.
2,300.
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. So when they say most challenging high schools, they mean most challenging with these AP courses?
They do. Essentially, the kiddos have an opportunity, they're afforded an opportunity to take AP courses, even when they think it may be a difficult course or class to take. The school does a great job of convincing kids, hey, this is a good thing for you. Take on some challenging work and not take the path of least resistance. So it's very credible source with the Washington Post, and of course those schools opening those doors of opportunity for kids is just a wonderful, wonderful issue.
And then with those teachers backing them up and supporting them.
Absolutely.
So there was a separate list of Northside high schools that made the top list for, let me get this, best high schools in the U.S. News and World Report. And that is pretty amazing too.
Yeah, that one is actually a little more comprehensive, and those 4 schools, of course, being Health Careers, Clark, Brandeis, and Brennan. And really, they kind of use a formula that's a little unique. They kind of have a 4-step process. First step is looking at how many students are enrolled in AP courses and pass at least one of those courses during the course of their years in high school. They look at graduation rates, how those schools are ranking and compared to how many students are graduating from their schools. They look at how their minority students and eco-dis students are doing in taking AP coursework and their state exams. And so they really take a more comprehensive look, and 4 of our schools, based on all of those factors, ranked as 4 of the top schools in the nation as well. And so it's a pretty significant accomplishment on their behalf, and again, I congratulate those schools for their success as well.
Absolutely. Now I noticed a couple of these schools overlapped and were honored by both type of programs. So.
Yeah. So it's a great accomplishment. I think what this says about Northside, and I think at the beginning you said what make Northside schools great, and I would have to say is that Northside schools embrace the idea of diversity and opportunity, and these schools did a fantastic job of opening doors of AP and advanced placement coursework and challenging kids to reach their fullest potential. And I know all of our schools do that, and fortunately in this particular case, our schools were recognized nationally because of their open door policy and support they give kids.
Okay, so is this something that our schools apply for, or how do these folks find out about really how amazing our schools are?
Well, they use a data center, and that data center basically takes all the schools across the nation, and they try to filter it out and try to find the best schools in the nation. I think as a country, we're constantly trying to figure out how to make our schools great and afford kids opportunities, and so this organization tries to see who's doing it right. And so in Northside, with us having so many high schools and majority of our high schools being recognized, I think we're doing some things pretty darn good around.
Sometimes we hear things, negativity or what have you about public schooling, but public schooling is doing really, really good right now, especially here at Northside.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, Mr. Jarrett, I want to thank you for being here. And actually, before we close, I want to ask you if there's anything else you'd like to share about our Northside schools.
No, I think what I would like to just share is I think we have a wonderful school board. I think we have a great superintendent, and I think our principals are doing some great work at our schools at affording kids the opportunity to reach their full potential, and I applaud them for their efforts.
Okay, once again, congratulations to all of them. Okay, thank you. And thanks for being here. Thanks so much. And we look forward to see what the coming year brings for all of our schools. Okay, thanks. And thank you for joining us for another edition of Northside Speaks. We will see you next time.